Hey, hey, hey. What's up, y'all? Welcome to my episode one of my live chat discussion about stuff. I had an interesting, this is Russ Still and the Moonshiners, russstill.com, Russ Still and the Moonshiners on social media. Thank y'all for checking this out. I have no idea what I'm about to do or say or think, but I had an interesting, it's been an interesting week. I went to Nashville. I'm in Atlanta. I went to Nashville. I've had a house up there since the end of 2019, and my plan was to be up there for uh, 10 or 15, 10 days was what the lady said I could do. I was hoping I could sneak in 15. Um, but as it turned out, we had a pandemic, and I probably didn't spend 10 days up there last year. So I had this house and I wasn't using it. And I had some guys renting rooms with me, and that wasn't quite working out like I'd hoped it to. And that, plus, I just wasn't up there, and it was costing me money to not be up there. So I sold it, and it's a great time to sell, not a great time to buy. I probably will buy something else up there, but I'm hoping well, I don't hope the interest rates go up, but the interest rates might go up. And hear me okay. I'm not sure how that's working. Um, uh, but I think interest rates are going to go up and the market will soften a little bit. Demand won't go down, but excuse me, the demand will go down a little bit because there's people who can't get those, can't qualify for those higher interest rate loans. But I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I moved some stuff, had some stuff moved out of the house, had some moved some more stuff out of the house on Tuesday. Wednesday, I went to a music conference with Full Circle Music. That's a whole story in itself. They're sort of CCM, contemporary Christian music focused, although they're doing more country music. And I was a little nervous about being a heathen amongst the believers. Now I'm a believer, but I don't go to church, so I'm consider myself more spiritual. But these were, worship leaders and Christian music songwriters. And I was feeling a little bit nervous about going up there. but right off the bat, I went to a thing on Wednesday, and one of the attendees, I was in a small group, and one of the attendees was talking about their um, varied life experiences, and they were currently working as a manager in a strip club, and so all of a sudden, whatever I thought I was non-Christian, I was bringing to the table. Not that there's anything with being a manager in a strip club, and not there's anything wrong with strip clubs. I've been to maybe more than one in my life, and so I don't even judgment about that. But sometimes there's a time you need to read your room, and they did not. Anyway, so I had this interesting encounter. I had a pitch to publisher on Friday, and what those kind of deals are, you give a publisher of music and you go in and you play their songs, and they're usually very nice, and nothing ever happens. But they're always looking for great songs, and nothing happens to me because I'm not writing I'm not writing songs that they think are great. Let's put it that way. And I'm probably not writing great songs if I'm truly honest, but they're great to me, um, but not commercially viable, they might say. Anyway, I had a real good. There turned out there were three publishers. One from a major secular uh, publishing company, one from a Christian publishing company, and one A&R guy from a Christian music company, record company. And we just had a big old time. I think I was on, if you know me and you've seen me be on, I got lots of stories to tell and self-deprecating. And I like having a good time. That's my number one goal these days, is to have a good time, and to not have a not good time. If you can sort that out, I'm not sure I do. Anyway, but having a good time is what I want to do. And for the most part, that's I've been able to achieve that, which is a nice place to be. But they said, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" And I said, "I do." And they said, "Is it about music?" And I said, "It is." And they said, "You need to do more than just music. You need to talk." Well, here we are. So I have no idea where this thing is going. I think I was talking to one of my buddies today. He said I need a sidekick, like my what I would relate that to is Ed McMahon with Johnny Carson. Not that I'm comparing myself to Johnny Carson by any stretch of the imagination, but sort of a sidekick that I can push things off of and stir conversation. And which, by the way, you're welcome to ask me any question you want. Got a live chat going here. I don't think anybody even knows I'm on right now. We've got what in the restaurant business they would call a soft opening. So that's what we're doing right now is a soft takeoff because I don't know. I may erase this thing after it's done. And so if you've seen it, you've seen the first one and certainly not the only one, but unless I find some difficulties after the fact. But anyway, so I got a lot out of that, and I got some strong encouragement about being a little bit more authentic. I try to write songs. I just make stuff up because I'm creative like that. Some might call it that. Some might, I don't know what else you'd say about it, but that maybe I need to start saying more about stuff that I know rather than stuff I'm just making up. So I don't know how that'll go. I don't know that anybody really cares about what I think or what I have to say. But here I am at the suggestion of some music publishing people. It occurs to me that maybe they were saying, yeah, your music, you just need to get on somewhere and talk because you're kind of funny. And you have a weird accent and we don't really like your song. So why don't you talk and maybe there's some future in that for you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what all that means, frankly. But I was up there and my dog got sick. We're dog lovers, the lady and I. Cam is my wife, and we've had 4 dogs, kind of some coming and some going for quite a while now. We got our first dog, Woody, who was a lab when we were still dating. And then we got a Buck, who was a rescue red bone coonhound. And then we got Petunia, who was very special, French bulldog, and I bought her at a pet store, which is not a thing you typically want to do. And no, let's not get into all they shouldn't buy, bred dogs and all like that. We love we drive. My wife likes nice cars and bougie dogs, so that's what we do. We donate money to the Humane Society, so we're doing our part. I think. I feel that's my story anyway. Anyway, so we got this French bulldog Petunia, and she was just amazing animal. But at 5 years old, she got a brain tumor and died. Now, God, it was terrible. And then soon thereafter, after Cam walked around with Petunia's urn in her car, drove her around in her car and went hiking with her with the urn in her backpack for a month or two, we decided to finally talked her into getting another dog. And we got Poppy, and Poppy's real weird. She's a French bulldog too. But she's more like a cat. And then we inherited and adopted a dog from one of our girls, Matilda. She's a French bulldog, but they bought her from a Russian in a Golden Corral parking lot. Yes, you heard it right, from a Russian in a Golden Corral parking lot. And so the daughter says she's absolutely full bred. I don't believe that, but we'll save that for another day. She's not going to argue with me about it. We can be sure about that because she wins every time. She likes to have the last word. And anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so Buck died. Buck got cancer, and we had to put him down about 2 years ago. And then Woody had a stroke last year, and we had to put him down. And that is just gut wrenching to have to basically just kill a dog. I mean, just the worst days of my life have been of that. And so we've been wanting this. We wanted it. A Buck was a red bone coonhound. We wanted a bloodhound. And so we've been searching and looking, and checking out and going and visiting. And it took us about 4 months to find Waylon, which is a great name. Waylon the Bloodhound. We got him in, I think it was Blairsville, and just the sweetest breeders and nice folks. There we go with the breeders again. I don't want to hear anything about it. And Waylon, they thought right off he might be blind. Well, first off, his mama, June, June ate a blanket and had to have surgery and couldn't feed their puppies anymore. So they had another dog that was just coming off a litter, and she tried for a little while, but she wasn't too interested. And so they were trying to bottle feed these puppies. And so we got Waylon at 6 weeks, and they said, well, there's something wrong with his eyes and he may be blind. I said, oh, well, we'd already fallen in love with this dog. So we said, let us take him and we'll have take him to the ophthalmologist. And the ophthalmologist said he had endotropion, which their eyelids, because they're so droopy, roll under. So we had his eyes tacked, and that went pretty well. He managed that pretty well. And then he had started having trouble eating. He's a real finicky eater. And about a week ago, about a week ago today, and I was heading to Nashville, and he just had stopped eating, wouldn't eat. And got him to eat one day, then he wouldn't eat the next. And Cam went to our vet. We got this vet we love in Dawsonville, Dr. Mills, Thompson Creek Animal Hospital. So we took him up to see Dr. Mills. Dr. Mills said, well, he's dehydrated. We need to pump him up with some fluids. And they did, and seemed to be real hungry after that. And so came home, and Thursday night and Friday wasn't eating. So Cam called Dr. Mills. And he said, need to take him to the emergency vet. So they took him, and they ran some tests, and damn if they didn't, he was in kidney failure. This dog's now 3.5 months old. And oh, we love Waylon, and he was such a sweet puppy. And I was in Nashville, and Cam called and said, I mean, of course I knew all this was, she was taking him to the vet and the ER doc and all, and she called, she said, you've got to come home. I've just talked to the vet and it's not good. So I got in my car and drove home, and went through Birmingham to see a buddy of mine, short stop there, and bad traffic along the way. Anyway, it took me about 7 hours to get home. As soon as we got in a car and went to the vet, emergency vet, 24-hour place. And they brought Waylon out to see us, and he was just sick. And so what's the prognosis? Well, it's no prognosis. He's going to die. He's going to die. And so, well, we don't want him to suffer. So we put him down. That was Friday night. And we got to looking on Saturday, and one of the breeders that we had looked at first when we were getting a hound dog had a litter that was ready to go, and they were all still there. So we went up there to Dawsonville. Surprisingly enough, we've got a place up there too. And got a dog, Buddy. But I like Buddy. Cam likes Bo. Sydney likes Brian. So his full name is Buddy Bo Brian. But any B name will work, we believe, because dogs don't really know their name. They just know the letters that you hear. So you can call him Big Boy or Bubba or whatever you choose to call him. Anyway, so we're excited. It's been a hell of a weekend, and but we got a dog, hound dog. My guitar's in tune. I wasn't really going to play much, but this one ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Ain't never caught a rabbit, and ain't no friend of mine. It's not a music show. Anyway, couple things on my mind. Taylor Hawkins died, bless his soul, 50 years old, drummer for the Foo Fighters. Now we had Cam sent me to rock and roll fantasy camp in LA when I turned 50, and it was a big time. If you don't know anything about that, it used to be on VH1. They had a series on it, kind of reality TV thing, rock and roll fantasy camp. So you go and you get to hang out with these rock stars, and they bring, I think, our stars once every day. A big star came in. Steven Tyler from Aerosmith was there, and Todd Rundgren, and that's the only two I can remember. I remember Ron Jeremy was there. If you know who Ron Jeremy is, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know who Ron Jeremy is, the best not to go look and to find out. I'll just leave you with that warning. Um, but my counselor for my group, my band, was Rami Jaffe. Rami had been the keyboard player of the Wallflowers, and now he's the keyboard player, full time member of the Foo Fighters. So I had met Taylor Hawkins before, just sort of in passing. I can't say the same about Dave Grohl. Never met him, but Taylor was very nice. And I remember a show out in Gwinnett County, and his two. Remember him being so sweet. His cousins, twin girls, cousins, probably late teenagers or something, had come up to the show, and he was so sweet to them. And that's the one memory of him. Of course, he was a Dave Grohl called him the best drummer in the world, and he could sing like crazy. And he died in South America, somewhere, Colombia, I think, 50 years old, some heart thing. And I hope we don't get to concentrating on why he died. It doesn't really matter. I know he left a wife and 3 kids behind, so that's a mighty sad tale. And bless him and bless his family and his bandmates and all the like. The other thing I've been interested in, I don't know if y'all saw I'm sure you've heard about it. If you didn't see it, the Oscars last night, where Will Smith, according to what's his name, Chris Rock, says Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. What he said, and it sure looked like he did. I've seen it a couple of different angles and in slow motion, and it looked like he just slapped the shit out of him. Is about all you can say about it. And Will, I was talking. I thought first, I said, well, that's just got to be made up. And here, here's one thing I'm going to try to talk about a little bit along the way, not too much tonight, but I don't know that I can believe anything that I hear from anybody at any time, anywhere. So I got, we're not going to get, I hope we don't start getting political here, but I guess we could if we wanted to keep it, keep it nice. I don't know that that's possible. And I've got my opinions about all that, which I'm not going to burden y'all with, but I do believe that everybody's got a story to tell, and it may not, their story may not be the truth. I think we have to keep that in mind, regardless of which side is talking or who's saying what. So it's interesting that Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, and then dog cusses him from the audience. And ABC, which Cam was noticing that today, ABC, which aired the Oscars, had nothing to say about that today. So if they don't want you to know about it, they just don't talk about it. And I'm wondering how often that's happening on any channel you may choose to get your news. I'm thinking that we don't know what the hell is going on is the bottom line, and they may not know either. I don't know. I'm not really too much into the conspiracy theories, but I think there's a lot of stuff that we don't know the truth about. But Will Smith, so he wins his Oscar for Best Actor. And I don't know if you've seen that. I don't know what that movie's called, about Venus and Sabrina Williams family, and Will Smith plays the dad, who was apparently a real character. And I've seen a little bit of the movie. I think it's on Netflix or one of those streaming services. Kind of interesting. Coda I saw, which is really cool. It's sign language stuff. Marlena Maples, or whatever her name is, that was a star back 20 or 30 years ago. She's in it, and this young new guy, he got some award for something. But the movie won best movie, and the first time a streaming service movie had won best picture. So Will Smith did a great job in this movie and won Best Actor for it. But before they could call his name to win his first Oscar, the biggest night of his life, he has to get up and slap Chris Rock. And so I don't know. Was it right? I don't know. Some people in my house would say he did the right thing, standing up for his wife. I can appreciate that. I think she's capable of standing up for herself, but and somebody was telling me that he's been real emotional. He got real emotional about this part that he played in this movie. Uh, he played the character of Richard Williams, the dad, and that he's all about the love. And I don't know. I don't think you can. I think I saw somebody else say that the stage is a sacred place, whether it's a play or a concert or a comedy club. You just do not get up on somebody else's stage. Just it's not the right thing to do under any circumstances. And I'm surprised that there wasn't security there to snatch him up. But of course, he is Will Smith, um, which kind of makes me wonder about it, the staginess of it. But they're saying no. They're saying no, that it's not staged, and he was regretful for it, and getting a lot of press around it. So if you hadn't watched the Oscars, you can certainly go, and if you if you see the one where they muted the audio, you can keep looking because you can hear the whole thing, and it's sort of interesting. He's mad. Seems mad to me. Um, well, I don't know what y'all think about this. I'd be interested in your comments if you thought this was entertaining at any level. I'm gonna do it for a little while and see if folks like it or not. If you got questions, my email is russ@russstill.com. RUSS at RUSSSTILL.com. In fact, maybe I can put that in the chat right here. Let's see what goes on. Russ at still.com. Here it goes in the chat, live chat. So if you want to throw out some topics or got some ideas about what I need to do, I'm all open for it. I'm just somebody said go through that door right there, and I've never been afraid to open a new one. So here we are, episode 1 coming to a close. Thank you so much for listening. Be kind to each other. Don't go around slapping folks. Keep your loved ones close. Let them know that you love them, because in like Taylor Hawkins' situation, they didn't know he wasn't going to make it another day. You never do know. So some good messages floating around today, and we got a new dog. His name is Buddy Bo Bryan. Buddy Bo Bryan. He's a sweet baby, and I think he's going to be a good one. So y'all have a great time. Thanks for checking it out. See you next time. Episode 2 coming up tomorrow, I think.